let's have a serious talk, shall we? Well, the fact is, the way you communicate is very important. If you cannot understand any instructions, ask what the instructions are and ask for them in a clearer way so you can understand what is happening. If you do not understand what is happening or how to do a task, it is best to make sure that the person that you're communicating with knows exactly what to do in that task. Make sure all parts of a team everyone knows exactly what's going on. This can happen with friends as well. And it can happen to anybody. I will say this out loud right now. I don't call it autistic, I call it artistic. I will explain deeper. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own quirks. And I will say this out loud. You must expect the unexpected from me. Because I can do the most unexpected things. And even on my YouTube channel, you will find there is a lot of videos that are unexpected. Now, explanations are good. Now, if you have viewed my community tab, you will see a lot of different things. There is lots of ways you can check community tab. There is polls, there is quizzes. I don't know how to explain what they are, but it's also good. It's good to have the community tab. That way you can connect with your subscribers. Now, communication is very important. If you do not know how to communicate with a specific person or what they are thinking, sometimes you can look into someone's eyes and you'll be able to understand what they are thinking. Now, that can be a very unusual statement right there. And of course, if you see the way communication is, you will have to watch some movies. Movies help people understand communication. If you cannot understand the communication between two people in a movie, then they completely have missed the plot completely. And of course, the deep explanation 1 to 3, you have to make sure that if you're leading people, give the correct instructions and make sure everyone knows what part they're going to play. Sometimes life isn't like that. And that can be quite daunting, actually. Well, from my own experience, communicating with people, yes, well, it's good. But also, keeping good boundaries is good too. And that is a deeply strong statement right there. Now, looking at how different people communicate, well, to get to know that person, you have to work out exactly how they communicate, what communication style they have. And that is very deep. Deep talking, deep communication, expression, social. And since we are using a computer, well, computers are a way of socializing. When it comes to offline, it can be completely difficult. Well, now that we have covered a little bit of that topic is very, very interesting. And of course, sometimes in life, that can be a very crazy thing. And of course, if you can't clearly work out what has been said, then you can't clearly follow those instructions. If someone gives you like blah 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 instructions and you do not know what to do, you're likely going to put up a tent and the tent's going to fall over and you're going to be in it and it's going to be raining and who knows what. I mean, a tent always comes with instructions. If those instructions aren't clear, there's your answer. Always, always have clear instructions, especially when working with someone like me who likes to know everything visually. And also, I like to dance and have fun. And of course, if I have friends that like to dance and have fun and be loud and be quirky, well, that's good. That means I can communicate with them easily. And when meeting people for the first time, well, that can tell. You can tell just by looking at their eyes. Look at their eyes, and you'll see. Well, the eyes aren't always the way. Asking questions, but my advice when you first subscribe or like them on Instagram or follow them on Instagram, my advice or YouTube, do not over like their posts. I learned. Well, sometimes over liking someone's post is really, really not the best. But if you go to my channel, I welcome the likes. I love seeing likes on the screen. I love seeing the comments. Some comments I may want to filter out or remove because I'd rather focus on the positive. Okay? That is the deal here. The deal here is to make sure you think before commenting on my posts. I mean it. If you continue to keep commenting on my posts with negative stuff, you know what? I'll tell him. Okay? If you say anything bad in my comments, I will literally tell him to get his friends and they'll find you. Okay? And I'll remove the comment. I'll ask you to remove the comment. Okay? You clear on that? I have got an army of hedgehogs, okay? I've got an army of hedgehogs, and that's metaphorical, not really gonna happen. But I'm just saying, make sure you think before commenting on my posts. Okay? I'm sure this hedgehog here agrees with that. The thing about YouTube, there's good and bad about YouTube. Okay? The bad is when some people just want to mess with you on YouTube. And that is not a good thing. It's the same with characters in movies. Sometimes people will destroy. That's a tough topic, I know. That's a tough topic. But it does happen. Sometimes it is overwhelming for some people. Especially people like me who have dragon autism. That's what's got my t-shirt. I'm sure there'll be a lot of different people. but also I'm here, and let's take a big breath because we just had some really, really dramatic things happen. With me, breathe in. And hug a hedgehog. Release the hedgehog. Let's get back into talking again, shall we? Now, other topics. When it comes to food, I don't eat cheese. And that is a personal choice. Not many people have that. Well, there probably will be some people. I'm sure there's people out there that don't eat cheese either. I mean, there's so many different types of food out there. There's so many different types of food out there. I do like chocolate cake, but it has to be eaten in moderation. Chocolate has loads of sugar in it. Chocolate has lots of sugar in it, and it's not necessarily the best thing. So if you're going to have chocolates, have them at Christmas or birthdays or special occasions. Sugar and cakes are supposed to be for special occasions. Of course. If you're going to the movies, yes, that is a good one. That's something to think about. Of course. The ultimate thinking of the whole world. The whole world is not cake. It's not made of cake. So it's got vegetables and meat and stuff. There's better things to eat than cake. You agree? This guy agrees here. So, obviously, I'm still here. I have not left Earth yet. I've not left Earth yet. You know why I say that? That's a tagline. That's one of my taglines, okay? It's a tagline. I have not left Earth. It means that I'm still happy with taking selfies, enjoying my hedgehogs, and of course, meeting cosplayers and hedgehog. That hedgehog is looking at me right now, staring right at me. Should I put this hedgehog on camera? There he is. He's on camera. He's right here. So, I like characters because characters are special. I want to be able to talk about these characters clearly. I am going to speak very clearly, of course, and to the one viewer who's watching, do you know who this is? Do you know who this is? If you do, like the video. Oh yeah, and of course, I'm just talking because 14 minutes. We've been going for 14 minutes. I've been talking for 14 minutes, and that is very, very dramatic. Some people have talked for a lot longer than that. Yes, of course, I am being dramatic. And I'm sure at times the one viewer has been dramatic, right? Yes, being dramatic is very good. Of course, I am still here. I am being dramatic. I am watching the live so that I can see if there's anyone watching. I'm gonna keep on talking. The fact is, cut to the chase. Communication is key. Understanding what one person is saying is key. So if you have to watch the same videos, same tutorials over and over again, that is a learning style. If you have that learning style, that's how you learn. Everyone's got a different learning style. Some people take a lot longer to learn than others. So, I will ultimately be dramatic enough to leave a long, long lasting thought in your memory. Because I'm Jazzy's World of Fun. And I say this strongly. Expect the unexpected. Yes. Be dramatic. Doesn't matter what the world thinks. Who's normal anyway? Who's normal anyway? Yes. Who's normal anyway? I am certainly not normal. Nobody's normal. Normal is boring. Normal is boring. Playing is boring. Be yourself and have fun and literally just enjoy life. And laugh at life. When someone comes up to you and starts laughing at you, you laugh. And be like, you're funny. Yes. And you ignore the negative stuff. Yes. I hope you can understand that. And I'm looking at the camera right now, directly. I am here. Be dramatic. Acting is dramatic.